Hi everyone, it's Don, and I did it. I locked in the group cruise for 2019. It is going to be on the Princess Regal, and I'm going to tell you all about the details. Really excited about this right after this. So as I hinted before in my last video, I was looking at Princess, and Princess came in about $400 or $500 cheaper per cabin in the offerings for the group cruise. So that's why I did choose them. Not to mention the ship that we're looking at is a beautiful ship. The Princess Regal is a large ship, yet it's not large enough that it's going to seem really crowded. And we will be stopping in the Cayman Islands, we'll be stopping in Jamaica, we'll be stopping in Bahamas and Cozumel, leaving from Fort Lauderdale on April 7th, 2019. And for those of you who aren't sure about how a group cruise works and things like that, let me explain a few things about it. So what happens is we lock in the prices that the cruise line sets as of today, which, as you all know, the closer you get to a cruise, usually the prices start going up as cabins fill out. So I have locked in 100 cabins on this cruise ship. So we have a few, and I may need more in the future, and if I do, I can always get some, depending on how many people we start to have come along with us. Now we have these prices set. We have some inside, we have balcony cabins, and we have deluxe balcony cabins for anyone who wants just a little bit larger of a balcony. Not only that, the first thing off is the minute we book our cabins, you know how the lowest price stateroom would be this sail away inside cabin? Well, we get that price, but we get 2 cabin categories upgrade. So we'll get 2 inside cabin upgrade from the guaranteed, which means basically that we'll have a choice to be able to choose better positions on the ship for our cabins. That being said, the cabins have to be available. So the minute anyone is ready to put down a deposit on their cruise, that locks in, and I can go in and assign a cabin to those people. I can't randomly assign cabins until I have a deposit for a cabin. Right now I have 100 random cabins. So the minute somebody gives me a deposit, I go in and I can lock in a cabin and a position that they want. The deposit that we need to put down would be $100 a person, which, if you've been searching cruises before, that's a pretty low deposit. I just booked 2 people into a Holland American cruise, and it was $750 deposit. So sometimes on Carnival it's $1,000 deposit. So $100 per person is only $200 to lock in the cabin, and the cruise does not have to be fully paid until January of 2019, which gives us pretty close to a year to pay off the cruise. And yeah, and also the $100 is refundable if you change your mind on the cruise. Let me tell you some more perks that we have and another way that things work. Now that we have a set price and things like that, what we can also do is if Princess has a sale, like right now they have an anniversary sale on for the next 4 days. And that anniversary sale, you get some onboard credits and free upgraded dining. Well, if you were to book your cabin in the next 4 days and put a reservation on it, you would also get the onboard credit and you would get the free dining as well. So we already have our set price, plus you would get the perks of the sale. Now, the sale ends in 4 days. Another sale comes along next week, and I believe next week's sale is going to be something along the lines of free gratuities. So if you decide, yeah, you know what, I don't really need the upgraded dining, I would really like to have saved my money on those free gratuities, if you booked then, you would get the free gratuities. So if you see what I mean, whatever sale is going on at the time when you're able to put down the deposit, we can book in whatever perks of a sale is going on at that time. So we're getting the low cruise fare, we're getting the upgraded cabin suites, 2 cabin categories, and we're getting whatever perk of sale is going on at that time. Now, that sounds like a pretty good deal to begin with as it is. Then, to top it off, we get what's called amenity points. And as long as we book a certain amount of cabins, we're going to get some amenity points per cabin. Those amenity points can be used to do little things like a welcome bottle of wine when you arrive, or we could host a cocktail party for the whole group, or a specialty dinner, or I can give a certain amount of onboard credits, things like that. It all depends on how many people actually end up going on the cruise to see what those perks are going to be. So that I can't say exactly what they're going to be, just know there will be some perks besides everything else we get. So, and lastly, you get to go on a cruise with me, and I don't know why that seems so popular, but I'd love to do it, and hopefully we can get a whole bunch of people together and have some unique events that are just going to be for our cruise and things like that, which would be fantastic. Maybe meet the captain event at a captain's party, things along those lines. So I'd really be looking forward to that. So coming up soon, I'm going to send out an email with a brochure in it that's going to give you a rough idea of the starting prices of the cabins and everything. I'm not allowed to say it over YouTube. It's part of the YouTube rules that they have out there. So, but I'm also going to leave down below a Facebook page that I have just started called Cruising with Don. It's a group. So if you search groups in Facebook, you will see Cruising with Don, and if you ask to be part of it, I'll accept, because it's a closed group. I only want people who are interested in going on the cruise on the Facebook page. So I hope that I got this a little clear. We got fairly low fares for this ship. We have cabin upgrades. We have whatever sale is going on at the time, plus extra perks as well. So I'm thinking we're going to have a good time. I like the itinerary. I love Cozumel for the snorkeling. I love Jamaica with seeing Dunn's Falls and things like that, Cayman Islands. Princess Cays, a fantastic starting location for the island. And Fort Lauderdale is very easy to get to, and the port is one of the fastest embarkation and debarkation I've ever had on a cruise ship. During my Caribbean Princess cruise, there was the Royal and there was the Caribbean Princess, both loading the same days from the same terminal, and literally from getting off the bus, it took me 20 minutes to getting on the ship. So that was really, really fantastic. So I'm hoping that experience keeps going when we take our trip next April. So again, if you haven't heard any of this and it sounds interesting to you, I'll leave a link down below to my email address. You can send me off an email. Go to Cruising with Don on Facebook, and yeah, my contact information is there as well. If you decide, hey, that sounds good, I know the deposit's refundable, so let's lock in those cabins as soon as possible. The faster you lock in a cabin, the faster you get the cabin that you're going to want. All right, well, until next time, I hope everyone has a safe and a great vacation, and especially with me next April.